Good morning, everyone.
Very few have joined.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, good morning. Very, very few participants.
This time. Now, 3 minutes more.
Uh-huh. Initially, everyone gets very excited, but lahe lahe, the enthusiasm gets decreased, isn't it?
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, sir.
Madam, we can start.
Yes, participants very less, but I think we should better start, no?
But YouTube live भी चल रहा है ना? There somebody maybe YouTube live में है, Facebook में. So,
Okay,
no problem.
okay.
So, good morning, namaskar. and welcome to Vigyan Utsav being organized on the occasion of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. The theme for this month is startups and innovations, which is a very apt one, looking at the broad objectives of Vigyan Utsav to achieve the Atmanirbhar Bharat through the application of science and technology. Today we have four eminent speakers who are actually working in the field to create that startup ecosystem in our state. Uh, we have Mr. Pranjal Kumar, Chief Operating Officer of Assam Startups, the NIST, Professor Amarendra Kumar Das, the Professor of Design, Department of Design, IIT Guwahati, Mr. Pranjal Burma, who shared an example by himself by pioneering work in mushroom cultivation in the state, which is General Secretary of Mushroom Development Foundation, and Mr. Midul Mahendra Das, Chief Executive Officer of Autonomous Technology Private Limited. And we want to start today's proceedings with welcome address by Director of Assam Science, Technology and Management Council, Madam Kim Changsan. I invite Madam to deliver her welcome address. Over to Madam Kim Changsan.
Thank you very much, Dr. Joydeep. First of all, I would like to wish each and every one of you a very happy new year. Thank you very much for being with us today. I would like to extend a special welcome to all the renowned speakers and the participants who took out their valuable time and joining us today to be a part of this program. We are really honored to have you with us today. As you all know, Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. This is an initiative of the Government of India to celebrate and commemorate 75 years of independence of progressive India and the glorious history of its people, culture, and achievements. Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi has desired to infuse new energy and new consciousness amongst his countrymen by showcasing and celebrating achievements of the last 75 years through Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. In order to showcase emerging STI ecosystem at states and union territories leading to Atma Nirbhar Bharat, a year-long program Vigyan Utsav, the Festival of Science, has been planned under State Science and Technology Program with month-wise themes. The theme for this month, as you know, for this January is innovation and startups. Innovation can refer to something new, such as an innovation or the practice of developing and introducing new things. An innovation is often a new product, but it can also be a new way of doing something or even a new way of thinking. For the longest time in India, innovation was either tucked away in the R&D centers of government enterprise and academia. But in the last decade, India has seen an unprecedented rise in its innovation ecosystem. With over 35 unicorns and counting, still counting, India has become the third largest hub of unicorns globally. The number of Indian startups is growing rapidly, and now we have more support in all areas. Startups are increasingly recognized as an important driver of economic growth and job creations. Startups can create meaningful solutions and serve as a vehicle for socio-economic development and transformation through innovation and scalable technology. There is a great need for innovation solutions, especially those that alleviate poverty and benefit many. Given the size of India and its resource constraints, we need low cost, high impact solutions. Generally speaking, the main purpose of innovation is to improve people's life. When it comes to managing business, innovation is the key for making any kind of progress. Small improvements eventually lead to bigger and better ideas that may one day become revolutionary. Science and Technology and Climate Change Department, Government of Assam, has established the Guwahati Biotech Park to translate research into products and services by providing necessary infrastructure support. 62 bighas of land in Amingaon, Kamrup has been settled in favor of Guwahati Biotech Park, a technology incubation center with state-of-art infrastructure facility has been constructed and common infrastructure is being developed for the business enterprise zone of Guwahati Biotech Park. The park intends to build a dynamic ecosystem of entrepreneurship and innovation. The Guwahati Biotech Park has also been successfully accelerating the commercialization of new technologies, nurturing and maintaining emerging ventures, and assisting new enterprises to. And over the years, GBP has been promoting skill development through its various hands on training programs and internship programs with the best available laboratory setup and instruments facility to various students, scientists, researchers, and industry people. I would like to add that very shortly we are going to inaugurate the new technological incubation center, technology incubation center of Guwahati Biotech Park at Amingaon. So this is one of the very big achievement of science and technology department. So we would like to request, invite startups, the entrepreneurs to do something. We have available space. Please come and visit the center within maybe in a month, within a month or two. This technology incubation center, this is going to be inaugurated very soon. So with these words, again wishing you all the very best and a very happy new year. I welcomed each and every one of you again to this program, Ajadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. So looking forward to be seeing you all for the coming programs again. Every month we'll be having. So please do continue to join and make this program a successful event. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Thank you, madam. I think through your welcome speech, you have given an oral status of what our science and technology in Assam have been doing, and it has given a good beginning of today's proceeding. Now we are going to have our keynote address by Mr. Pranjal Kumar, uh, the Chief Operating Officer of Assam Startups. The next, I think, Mr. Kumar will be able to highlight his experience of startups in Assam, and is closely involved with uh, policy initiatives and implementation of policies to fulfill the goal of Startup India. I think today his speech will immensely help us to understand the present status of startups and innovation in Assam and the northeastern region. I welcome Mr. Pranjal Kumar to deliver his speech. Over to Mr. Pranjal Kumar.
Thank you, Dr. Borwa. Good morning, everyone present here, and a very warm New Year wishes. I hope that 2022 uh, it becomes a year for all of us that would make lives easier, healthier, and would ensure a lot of bonding amongst us. Uh, that said, let me get into telling about the subject in discussion today. I will talk about innovation subsequently, but let me talk about startups and what startups are and how this entire thing about startups got started in the country. Uh, though we saw IT and IT ES services and companies evolve in the country over the last couple of decades, and they were catapulting India among the top IT IT technology providers, providing country in the world. However, a focus initiative from the government side on creating an environment that fosters and develop startups and encourage youngsters to join the startup movement and create more startups and organizations that would be scaled over time to become unicorns or companies of reckon. Uh, got started formally actually by the launch after the launch of Startup India in 2016. And it was this year when the government decided to formulate a policy and roll down the policy and subsequently asked all the state governments to create their respective policies and start an initiative of driving startups in their respective states. Assam was one of the states who came up with its own policy in the year 2017. In the month of December of 2017, the Assam Startup Policy was launched. However, for better part of 2018, the government was trying to figure out how to roll it. And subsequently, there was a realization within the government taking cognizance of how other states were, approaching this particular issue, that it would be best to give it to someone who is a specialist and has the requisite competencies and skill sets to drive something like this. And that's when IIM Calcutta was roped in. IIM Calcutta has a Section 8 company called IIM Calcutta Innovation Park, which is part of IIM Calcutta. And this organization is a not-for-profit organization working in the space of entrepreneurship, development, and innovation, entrepreneurship and innovation development. More focus towards doing it through the startup model. And there were a lot of programs which were running in the campus, and the government decided to invite CID, as it is called in short, to come and take over the initiative in Assam and be a knowledge partner to the government to run the program. And that's how we came into picture in May of 2018. The initiative, however, got launched in Assam on the 20th of January 2019. And post that, we have done a lot of work with regards to outreach and engagement with youngsters across the state, going to different districts, connecting with a lot of youngsters. We, in fact, till now, we would have connected to over 36,000 youngsters across 20, 24, 25 districts. That's what we have done. And as a follow-on of those activities that we did was the three cohorts of incubation that we ran. We are running the third batch or the third cohort at this point in time. Uh, and till now, we have incubated 75 startups, and in the third cohort, we have about 103. So that's a fairly large number. And let me talk about how the ecosystem evolved. When in 2019 we went out and tried to reach the youngsters in the state, the situation was such that bright, the brightest of the youngsters would want a government job followed by a private job, and if the first two did not happen, then were willing to look at entrepreneurship or startups. And in that same year, when we were looking for startups to incubate, most of the applications came from in and around Guwahati. We are happy to say that things have changed over the last 2 years. And this time around, we have startups, not only applications, but startups that we are incubating from as far as Hodia and Lakhimpur, etc. So from all across. So this whole idea of startups and startups are a choice, can be the first choice of engagement for earning has got established in the minds of youngsters as well as their parents, and now it is no longer looked at as a third option, but for many it is the first option. That is how things have changed in the last 2.5 years. Uh, we started off as an incubation center that was domain agnostic. We looked at any kind of startup that came to us. We still do, but what had happened is that initially, most of the startup would have been from the tourism, agri tech, handloom, etc. But as we moved on and are at the third cohort, uh, today we have startups from even deep tech, robotics. There are people who are making artificial limbs for people with whose hands got amputated, and these hands can be controlled with your brain. There are sensors which can be, which are connected to the nerve endings of the amputee's hand, and the person can use their brain wave to control the movements of the hand. So to that extent, we have gone. Uh, uh, so uh, so things are happening, and it is these startups that makes us feel that we are no longer laggers. We have startups and we have people um, who can create startups that can compete with any other startups happening either in Delhi, NCR, or Bombay, or Bangalore. Uh, Please hold on to your questions. Let me finish, and then I'll take the questions. You'll get time for that. Uh, so that has been the journey for us. What we do in this program, we identify people who have an idea, bring them to our incubation center, help them to crystallize the idea into a business, and then then further help them to scale. And how do we do it? We do it by telling them how startup business are done through capacity building programs. These are workshops where they 2 day workshops every month, where in the first day they learn as to how certain things are supposed to be done, and then the next day they incorporate the learning into their business plan, and then get it validated by the mentors who are present there. We also assign mentors to the startups, and they engage with the mentors on a monthly basis, and then the mentors help them navigate through difficulties that the startups are facing. We also provide market connect and investor connect. Now, investor connects are not provided to everyone. People have to perform. People have to be serious about what they are doing, and subsequently, as a reward, get connected with investors. So we have something called like an MOA at the end of the program. Those who qualify gets connected to the investors, and our startups have got fairly good investments. I will run a small video that will talk about our journey in a little bit more detail. It will talk about numbers. Just be mindful about the numbers. And if you want to take notes of those numbers, take notes, because a lot of your queries will get resolved there. Uh, and then maybe if we have time, I can also run through a small presentation. But that may not be required after we run the small video. Please remember, in this program, apart from all of this, the government also has something called MASI. MASI stands for My Startup Assam ID. Now, every startup, who qualifies as per the guidelines laid out by the government, which you can check in our website, can apply for the MASI ID. And MASI ID, getting the MASI ID is slightly tedious because it has financial components subsequently, which whoever gets it can apply for. And this is not limited to only the startups who are incubated with us, but to any startup in the state. And there are 11 fiscal benefits. There is a grant, there is electricity reimbursement, rent reimbursement, patent reimbursement, you name it. There are 11 different kind of benefits, right? So I'll just run the uh, run the video, and post that we can have a Q&A.
Assam startup, the next, is an outcome of the unflinching efforts made towards achieving a vision. The vision to make Assam a startup hub lauded for innovation and impact. It all began in 2017 when the Department of Industries and Commerce government of Assam formulated the Assam Startup Policy. In September 2018, India's premium B-School incubator, IIM Calcutta Innovation Park, was brought on board as the knowledge partner to drive the initiative. The inauguration of Northeast India's first state-owned incubator was followed by a state-led hunt for the first batch of incubation at the nest. 50 startups were selected for incubation run in a cohort mode. In February 2020, as the first batch graduated with flying colors, the second cohort batch of 26 startups geared up for incubation at the nest. Year 2020 stood out for the milestones that delivered on the promises and established a roadmap for the success to follow. In 2021, Assam Startup onboarded 103 startups for the third cohort. Massey grant of rupees 70 lakhs were awarded to 14 startups. In just 3 years, Assam Startup has emerged as a top government incubator in the country. This could be achieved by dint of some ingenious initiatives. A series of innovative programs were designed to engage with the youths, inspire their problem-solving skills, and transform them from being job seekers to job creators. Innovations germinate in academic institutions. Assam Startup has made relentless efforts to partner with the academia and turn them into enablers catalyzing innovations. The 6-month incubation program is meticulously designed to enable the fledgling startups transform into scalable and sustainable commercial ventures. Through its capacity building programs, tailored handholding, funding and market connects, networking opportunities, and infrastructural support, the NEST has been able to catalyze the growth of the incubated startups. With the number of international partners coming on board and renowned international figures visiting the next, the startups from Assam have gained exposure to the global startup ecosystem. Six startups from the first two cohorts have together generated a revenue of Rs 42.6 crores. 45 of them have raised a cumulative funding of Rs 23 crores and 20 of them are the owners of patentable products. The startups have recorded success not just in their financial achievements but also in reinforcing a social impact in terms of creating livelihood opportunities and uplifting the economic condition of the marginalized population. Today, the startups from Assam are growing in confidence about their capabilities to emerge as global innovation leaders. This, we think, is just the beginning to the startup movement in Assam.
Yes, that was about it. It gave you, it would have given you an insight of what we have been doing so far, and uh, and the journey that we took in 2018 and how where it has led us to. So that would be about it. If you have any questions, that I then I can take those questions at this point.
Any question from the audience participants?
Uh,
Okay, so we have an entrepreneur who has started making mushroom candies, and this is an we have sourced her with some amount of funds for setting up the machines and setting up the place. Now, is there a scope for such an entrepreneur to be mentored for?
Yes, Pranjal, I think Pranjal, we spoke about this a couple of months back, if
Yes.
you remember. So please connect the entrepreneur to us. We can definitely help.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
Any more question? One thing that Mr. Kumar, we are in State Science and Technology Council. So
Yes.
our main mandate is to create an ecosystem of innovation in the state. And though in a small manner, we are trying to do this through our programs called Innovation, Technology, Generation, and Awareness. And through this scheme, actually, we have identified many innovators from the grassroots level even. And, uh, and through our patent information cell, we are helping them for getting patent also. Some prototypes are also being set up. So what kind of connect we can now set up with the startup Assam and Science Science and Technology? Because so far I think we have not worked together.
Yes,
So
we haven't, and we should. And I look forward to that engagement. We can provide a lot of support. In fact, what we have done is that though we are a business incubator, we have tie up with some of the major national and international technical institutes through which we provide technical mentoring to startups from the region. Now, for we have got tie-up with ICMR, and we have got two startups. One who is doing the robotic arm, and the other who is doing a digital microscope. They are being connected to ICMR. ICMR is providing them the technical help and connects with a lot of internationally renowned professors and technical people who are supporting them with the technology side while we are helping them from the business side. So apart from that, we also help them in terms of the legal and statutory side, wherein we have partners who are specialized in the statutory and legal side and auditing side, accounting side, with a specific focus on how it should be done for startups, so that a lot of unnecessary cost which startups needs to bear when they ideally go to a normal CA, because the CA may not know that certain things about a startup are not required. So those connects we can provide, and thereby they can benefit from lot of savings that way by connecting to the right kind of CAs and lawyers. We help them in getting patents. 20 of our startups have already applied for patent. I think about seven has got patent. So those kind of support we can provide in the business side. We can provide support in terms of providing the mentors from the state field where they are working, so that they know what are the challenges that they might face and how they should navigate those challenges and surge ahead. So those kind of things can happen. There's a lot that can happen actually. In fact, along with you, we do a lot of hackathons and ideathons, and along with you, we can also run those programs. We see that the one of the issues that we have seen in the region, which is a detriment to entrepreneurship and startups, is that children these days, because of the way we parents bring them up, do not see problem. We tend to solve all the problems for our children, and they are not accustomed to seeing problems. Now if children don't see problems, solutions will not get created and startups will never happen. So we need to actually connect with youngsters and help them see problems to start with. So that is something that maybe we can work together.
yeah, we need some more dialogue on this because we work with the students also, maybe some undergraduate students or senior students from the schools with the support from the startup Assam Nest. some kind of mentorship or some kind of inspirational program can be taken up. Moreover, the innovators who are actually working at the grassroots level to after the development of the product and even after the getting of patent, they are okay. We are, but after that, developing it as a business model, I think there we need your support, this innovative support. So we can have some kind of understanding between startup Assam and State Science and Technology Council. So that we can, both of us can take our programs further together with a common goal. I think these are the area where we can have some further dialogues.
Sure.
Any more question? Any more introduction for participants? Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
This is Sandeep Hussain from Assam Science Technology and Environment Council. Sir, I was keen to know that, sir, when we perform some kind of climate resilient activities for the people so that it becomes their alternative source of income, sir, can that be converted into some kind of startup for the people?
It depends on what you are doing. Please understand the way the government has defined startups in the country. It is about solving a problem for the masses using innovation, wherein the end customers are willing to pay, and thereby making the startup sustainable and scalable. So those elements are there for something to be called a startup. So there has to be a problem, there has to be a solution. The solution has to be innovative. The end consumers who are going to use the solution should be willing to pay for it, and at the end of it, it should have enough number of people willing to go for a service so that it becomes sustainable and scalable. Then it becomes a startup.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
So just I know it would have. I don't want to dishearten anyone. Just remember, solution should have innovation. People should be ready to pay for the solution.
Yes, sir. Understood that. So we have to think in that line whenever we are doing some kind of resilience activity or alternative source of income, generating those elements has to be there.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Uh, if any question, we can go to the next session. Uh, I think we have with us Mr. Pranjal Borua, General Secretary at Mushroom Development Foundation, Assam. So, so he has done a commendable work in popularizing mushroom cultivation in Assam and some innovative products he recently has developed. So I welcome Mr. Pranjal Borua to start his presentation. I think you're muted. Please unmute yourself.
Oh, sorry. Yes. I'm so thankful to ASTEC. And ASTEC in the initial years has been very supportive to Mushroom Development Foundation. And not only that, that ASTEC is the organization who was instrumental in starting mushroom cultivation as a livelihood in this part of the country. And I think it was late 80s when a batch of people was taken to Pradhan. That is the starting of mushroom cultivation. And we are very glad that we are I'm speaking today in your forum. Thank you so much. So I'll have to stop the video because other is echoing. My laptop doesn't have a camera. So I'll continue with my laptop, which should not have a camera. Or, yeah. So, but the presentation will be there. Thank you. Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah. So we started. This is visible.
Yes, but the presentation is not yet come properly. Yes, it is visible now. Please go full screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, fine. You can go ahead.
So we started in 1994, and we want to have a sustainable livelihood among the mushroom farmers by cultivating mushroom. And we do it by socioeconomic survey. We develop clusters by socioeconomic survey, sensitization of mushroom in that locality. Then we select the farmers, then we build up their capacity in not only growing mushrooms, but also post-harvesting, business planning, and producing various value-added products. At the same time, we lay down a value chain so that, right from the planting material till the market, we assure in each cluster. We also help them to set up their infrastructure, very low-cost mushroom growing units, and also, provide seed money from whatever funding we could raise. So we raise funds for all this, and then we develop clusters. We each 25 farmers are made into an area level federation, and this area level federation is linked with the value chain, and they are linked with the market and trading. This is what we do in developing cluster. Now we are working in three states: Assam, Meghalaya, and West Bengal. And by 2022-23, we will be completing. We'll be having 1,000 farmers in our different clusters all across these three states. Yeah, this is why we started Mushroom Development Foundation, and why we took up mushroom as a livelihood, because for two things: one is health, and another thing is to provide livelihood. And how we are doing it? We are doing it through training and capacity building. We are doing it through developing clusters, bringing farmers together, then developing a value chain and linking them with market and finance. And what are the things that we do? We develop mushroom quality spawn, then we develop a lot of value-added products, and also we see that livelihood and jobs are created, and we make sure that our mushrooms are not produced using any chemicals. So it should be totally natural, organic. And these are the issues why Mushroom Development Foundation was formed long time back. And if you can see, still India ranks very low in the World Global Hunger Index, and also the participation of women in the labor force contribution is very low compared to a lot of countries which, we are 173 ranked, 9 from the last. So, and also why mushrooms? Because mushroom can be grown by women in sitting in their house. So this is a focus that women and entrepreneurship, or women starts producing mushrooms in their home, and contribute to this female labor force for the GDP of the country. At the same time, mushroom is environment friendly. Mushroom production is environment friendly. That is why we have taken it up. Mushroom industry can be termed as food supplementation. It can be also supplementation, medicinal supplementation. It can also be industrial recycler. This is something is not known. Mushroom booms are used to separate oil from water, and also pollutants, industrial pollutions can be stopped. So since our startup Rajul is here, I would also like to mention that we would like to groom somebody who can take up such kind of industrial recycling projects or startup. So there's another thing. Mushroom has a lot of enzyme, and we're looking into biotechnological experiments so that enzyme extraction can be made easy from mushrooms. And also we have seen that some poisonous mushrooms are grown across in some parts of the country, world like Europe, and they make biopesticides outside poisonous mushrooms. And also we see biofuel, that is, if we put oyster mushroom waste into a biogas plant, then the production of gas increases by 30%. We can have organic manure, like after the mushrooms produce, the spent compost can be transformed into vermi compost. And waste from mushrooms can also become organic cosmetics. As we all know, India is the second largest producer of agricultural waste. So it is waste to money and waste to nutritious food at a very low cost. That is why from 1994, Mushroom Development Foundation popularizing mushroom cultivation all across. It's very easy to cultivate mushrooms. We need only paddy straw. I will not go into details. Very easy. See how these people are producing. And if we compare mushroom, yes, uh, if we are producing mushroom, if we are comparing mushrooms with vegetables, we see that calories. We have mushroom has the lowest calorie and highest protein. So this is what we need. When we compare mushroom with meat, fish, and milk, again mushroom in essential amino acid, mushroom is 98%. In amino acid score, mushroom is 89%, and in nutritional analysis, mushroom is 28%. So it's a very good food for modern people, and also mushroom is the only source of what is a source of vitamin D as food apart from other pieces. So we are developing the development foundation is developing mushroom cultivation as a social enterprise, and yes, somebody's mic is can you unmute yourself, please? As innovation, we are evaluating mushrooms with several things, and this is one thing which I would like to show you is we went to Delhi to sell to a stall in Ajivika Mela, and these are the coconut laddus that one of our cluster lady women has farmers have prepared, and these are of beetroot, spinach, and jaggery, and this is a platter, a Chinese pita platter with mushroom stuffings everywhere. And it came out in a national paper with a very good sale. So this is what is innovation counts, and we always would like to see that the innovation has a social impact, and social impact means how many people can be involved with it, and the impact should not be local, it should not be regional, it should be worldwide. It should be international impact should be there wherever people needs replication. So Mushroom Development Foundation, now we have MDF Nigeria, and now we are also going to the Democratic Republic of Congo, apart from in Indian states, to replicate our model. So entrepreneurship is something which we really look into people, and we really build up their entrepreneurial skills. And what we really see, what we really build in a person is the ability to pursue and to look into opportunities beyond any resources possible. So yeah, again, ethics is something. Quality of mushroom, no organic, organic and no chemicals for good health. And we also like to show in front of this forum that these are the only two poisonous mushrooms that kill people, and this, if we make a huge popularization awareness on these two mushrooms, then I think we will not have this issue of mushroom cultivators. Whenever there's a news of mushroom poisoning, then the market falls, and we need to make sure that this needs to be stopped. No? People consuming wild mushrooms and getting themselves killed. So I would like to talk about the model, the social entrepreneurship model that we are building. And this model is a learning from Spain. We have been to Alimentaria with a lot of Northeast products, and we could see which are the products has a demand in the world market. And we came across this idea, this business idea that we are trying to develop now. This is a wine made out of the grapes skin, and I could understand that in Valencia this wine was made, and I tried to understand how they came up with the idea of and what is the technology behind peeling skin of the grapes and making wine. So this is another Osaka fellow, Raul. I stayed with them in Valencia, and this is the Valencian University. And I could understand that they are doing two things. Like every liter of wine sold from Valencia, they are getting a percentage in the foundation, and the foundation is investing in two things. One is research and development. That is how they got this technology of peeling the skin from the grapes. And whoever wants this technology have to set up a distillation plant in Valencia. So investment comes in Valencia, and farmers are benefited. And rest of the money they spend in social security of everybody, including the farmers and the people who bring the investment, their workers, and everybody gets social security like health insurance, life insurance, retirement benefits, accident benefits, educational shares, even they have housing policies. So this is a wonderful model which I could see there, learn from it, and then come back to India and then start a project. I pitched a lot of parts in Europe, and they gave some contributed some money, and with this fund I came and started a venture, started to learn how we can have a similar kind of model. In 2015 September I started in Namumpo, and 50 village in that area. These village headmen are there. They gave us village youths as village leaders, and then we did extensive social survey. We could understand the district administration flagged off our program, and then we did a lot of awareness sensitization about 50 more villages, and then trainings of mushrooms. Then we made them to. Then I wrote a book, staying there, and then I see the eventually. And then we tried to help the farmers to build their mushroom houses, get them spawn, guided them through, growing, and then brought them out of the market as engaging as farmers to really. And then we opened their bank account. So this was the learning of how clusters can be made, and these are the eight kinds of mushrooms we have earmarked for Northeast targeted, and this is oyster mushroom. It grows in the 30 degrees centigrade. This is milky mushroom. It grows in 30 to 40 degrees centigrade. This is button mushrooms, and these are the shiitake mushrooms. We are currently now working on shiitake and maitake. This is maitake. These are the two mushrooms we are working with Bhati University. We did a DST project, and this is lion's mane mushroom. I got it from Singapore, and we also grew it in a lab scale. And the model we implemented with Assam State Rural Agriculture Mission 2018, and we did everything, right from selection of farmers to do this. And this was a result. By January 2018 to June 2019, we did a business of almost 25 lakhs mushroom produced by 200 ladies. And we had a capacity of almost 64,000 bags. And these ladies, they had grown up to 40,000 bags at a time. So it was a wonderful learning. This is how we did it. A lot of awareness across the place. And this is the hierarchy. Develop mushroom unit, low cost, vermicompost, everything. And then this is the hierarchy. In every cluster we have 25 farmers. And in this 25 farmers are linked with one mushroom demonstration unit. So in the morning, 4 people comes to the common processing unit with their mushrooms, and this common processing unit quickly checks the quality and comes bringing the mushroom to the mushroom demonstration unit. Like this, within 1.5 hour of harvesting, almost all the mushrooms get collected in the mushroom demonstration unit, and we collect it to the market. This was a very cost-effective and efficient supply chain that we have developed, so that mushroom being a very perishable, highly perishable crop, we make sure within shortest period of time we collect the mushroom and distribute in the market. And whatever mushroom is not being sold, we make sure that this is processed into various food products. and we do extensive, branding and packaging of all these clusters, and take mushrooms to the nearby places, the nearby towns and cities, and we also, link the farmers with various retail outlets, and we also exported some mushrooms from Lemuria to Hong Kong. And we teach the farmers to make various products out of mushroom, momos, sandwiches, crispy fried mushrooms, soups, and they do a lot of sales in different fairs. And these are mushroom made cuisine, and this was sold in Delhi by our ladies. And now we have started replicating in West Bengal and Meghalaya. Yeah, so the biggest problems that we see are mushroom bags getting contaminated. There's no cold chain, and what we are doing now is we have one of our entrepreneur has made mushroom candies, and these candies have come out very well. Now this candies has been sent to for standardization and for FASI. Also, we have identified machinery, so we are setting up a full-scale mushroom candy processing unit with a capacity to start with 500 kg per day and to produce up to 1 ton candy per day. So that is what we are targeting. And we also have started collaborating with scientific organization and schools and universities. And with collaboration with Bharati University, we already got a PhD project. Now we are collaborating with NIST, and we are trying to do other abilities to solve the problems of spawn and other things. These are our partners to reach out to about 100,000 people. And Assam Science and Technology and Environment Council was always a big help. And this is what we have developed, this model of industrialization of mushroom cultivation. And this model we are going to implement now by this year in Democratic Republic of Congo. And the hub of this model is 150 farmers. If you see in the middle, this is 150 farmers. And this investment per farmer is about 55,200 rupees. And total production from vermicompost as mushroom is about 2,06,000 rupees. And to cater to this 150 mushroom farmers, we are bringing in investment of 19,380,000 for one mushroom production lab, and we are bringing in investment for one entrepreneur who will be collecting paddy straw, storing it, cutting it into small pieces, and supplying it to the mushroom bag making units. And one such unit will require investment of about 30 lakhs, and his annual revenue will be about 36 lakhs. And he will be supplying this cut paddy straw to ready to grow units, and 3 ready to grow units will be there, and each ready to grow unit will be investing about 26 lakhs, and total turnover will be about 65 lakhs. So and this ready to grow bags will come to the farmers, and the farmers will produce the mushroom and sell it to entrepreneurs or cooperative of these farmers, and each such selling unit will have an investment of about 36 lakhs, and will have a revenue of about 1.46 crores. And there will be 3 such selling units for each 50 farmer will have 1 selling unit, and these 3 selling units will also sell 100% of their mushrooms to a entrepreneur who will be producing mushroom value-added product. So the total investment is around 3.155 crores. And total revenue that this model will bring will be about 7.22 crores. and total amount of employment generation will be almost 200, and almost 400 people livelihood will be achieved by this model. So this is a model that we are creating for DRC, and very soon we are going to start implementing this project there, and we are supposed to be covering 70,000 people in the next 5 years. This another initiative that we have started is a livelihood institute. We call it livelihood ashram, and this we are starting in running, so that this model can be replicated. We have a bag making unit, we have a training center, residential training center we are developing, and also we have integrated livelihood like agriculture, medicinal plants, spices, handloom and handicraft, incorporated in the same vicinity in that center, and we are also having some horticulture crop like lemon, sea and all, and 200 farmers we are targeting running to start with, starting a brand of lemonade with tulsi and honey to be marketed. So this is one product which we are proceeding to make it ready. So we already have started training. We have 50 farmers have already has joined us and in this movement, and we are targeting to have 200 families join us in the next 2 years, and we see this product comes out from there. And this is all. Thank you so much for your time. I'm ready for any questions now.
Thank you, Mr. Panjal Borwa. Being in ASTEC, we are very happy that we started this promoting mushroom in the late 80s and the early 90s. And Panjal Borwa is an example who made our efforts sustainable, and he is now leading in the field of mushroom cultivation in the state. Thank you, Mr. Panjal Borwa, and we congratulate you for your success. So I now invite question from the participants. Any question?
Hello, respected sir. This is Tanvi Hussain from Science, Technology and Environment Council. Sir, I had a question. While cultivating mushroom, had there been, sir, any difficulties like in that variety that lot there some poisonous mushrooms grow there? Are there any such possibilities?
No, not poisonous mushroom. Unless we do not give poison to the bag, our mushroom cannot become poisonous. But I would like to mention one point. Something is happening. I'd like to mention one point, that contamination of mushroom growing bag is what is a huge issue. So I would like to, since this is a scientific forum, and there are startup and enterprise development people also, why investment is still to come in the mushroom industry? Because contamination rate is very high. When we had 40,000 bags made by our 200 ladies, we had a contamination of almost 30% plus. So a investment by somebody will never come until and unless we make this contamination free. That is why we came with this concept of bag making units. So these bag making units, we have now bought around 3 years back, we bought a machine from China, bag making machine. Then we dismantled. Now we have one engineer has helped us in rebuilding the machine with Indian parts and all. We have the machine with us now, and we are setting up this machine in Rani. And this machine, we see how it performs. If it performs well, then we'll have mechanized bag making units. That mechanized bag making unit will be replicated, and then it will contamination rates of bag will go down drastically. Once we are below 5% contamination, then we are sure that investments on mushroom will come up. So so there will be no poisonous mushroom, but farmers lose because of contamination. Their bags getting spoiled.
Thank you so much, sir, for the enlightenment and the answer.
Uh,
Good morning, Mr. Pranjal. This is Monali Dr. Chokia. I'm working. I'm a faculty at RWW College in Guwahati. Yeah. I met you in during university. We were doing mushroom cultivation in Vigyan near Jorhat. So I'm a product. He is the product from near Jorhat. So I first congratulate you so much for growing this industry so much in Assam. Okay, so my concern is little bit about that contamination, and I'm happy to know that you have that bag technology coming up. Okay, so sometimes like we heard that mushroom poisoning and all. Myself, I like mushroom so much. It's a very good. So I want to know a little bit about the contamination part. Is it safe, or I myself is taking buying now button mushroom for the markets. They come in good package only. I have seen. So let me yeah. If you can tell me a little bit about that, I will be happy.
Thank you, Monali Dotto. I'm so glad that we
Yeah,
remember.
Pranjal, yeah. I used to be a resident in that campus, and your mushroom products. So we in that hostel we used to procure that time. Might be you remember? Yeah.
Oh yes, yes, so nice, Monali. So yeah, it's great. And then you're working in some school, you said?
No. I completed my PhD from Jorhat. Then I work in a college at Arya Vidyapit College, Guwahati, in the campus.
Okay, that's very good. Okay, so now what I would also like to say two things about the contamination. It's mushroom bags that are contaminated, and when it is contaminated, mushroom do not produce. So the consumer do not have a problem with contamination. The farmers lose. If there is contamination, the farmers will not have mushroom product. So he will not have mushrooms to sell. So that is the big issue. Consumers do not have any issue with that. But I would like to point out that a lot of mushrooms that come outside from outside the state, like the fish are polluted. These butter mushrooms are also very much polluted. They treat it with bevacid and formaldehyde and send it, and it's a very highly chemical contaminated thing. No. So we should be very careful and I don't know if there is any quality check or not. So I think that is one thing ASTEC can always look into, pick up some random packets of butter mushroom and try to taste if those are consumed, the chemical level is fit for human consumption or not. And Monali Dotto, I would also like to mention that we have started one massive campaign on popularization of mushrooms. And in this campaign, one of our product is popularization of mushroom through educational institutes. And we have been setting up mushroom demonstration units in various educational institutes. We have set up demonstration units in Guwahati. Recently in North Guwahati College, we have set up demonstration unit. We are setting up demonstration unit in we have set up in Chandrapur High Secondary School. So like that, if we Arjuna College also we can set up a small demonstration unit. It doesn't cost much. It costs around 15 to 20,000 rupees. And you have mushroom demonstration unit where you grow mushrooms and you sell it also. The cost can be taken up between two crops, whatever your investment is. So and it also popularizes. The second thing which we are doing is we are trying to popularize mushroom by making these bags and distributing it into people's house. So ready to grow mushroom bags. So these are also our new initiatives.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll be in touch. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. Thank you.
uh, so thank you, Mr. Pranjal. Hello.
Thank you, sir.
If there is no innovation, we are going to the next session by Mr. Vigyan who is co-founder and
Hi,
secretary.
hello everyone.
Yeah.
Am I audible to everyone? This is Vidhu.
Yes. You're audible?
Hi everyone. I'm sorry I'm traveling. মই অলপ বাহিৰত আছো সেইকাৰণে মই মাজতে ড্ৰপ হ'ব লগা হ'ব পাৰে কিন্তু
Oh, yes. Okay.
it's a different reason I am here all together today. So মই কি কৰোঁ বা মই মোৰ ষ্টাৰ্টআপটোতে আমি I think মোক শুভঙ্কৰে যিটো কৈছিলে মই মোৰ জাৰ্নিটোৰ বিষয়ে কোৱাটো বা অসমৰ যিটো ইক'চিষ্টেম ষ্টাৰ্টআপ সেইটো আমাক কেনেকৈ সহায় কৰিছিল তাৰ ওপৰত মই আজি বেছিকৈ ক'ব খুজিছোঁ তাৰ পিছত আৰু এটা পাৰ্ট আছিলে প্ৰাঞ্জল কোঁৱৰদা যদি আছে তেওঁ সেইটো এম্ফেচাইজ কৰিব কি অসমৰ ষ্টাৰ্টআপৰে কি কৰিব লাগে টু কণ্টিনিউ দ্য গ্ৰোথ চ' মই কথাখিনি অসমীয়া আৰু ইংৰাজী মিক্সাৰতে ক'ম চ' মোৰ নাম মৃদু চ' মৃদু মহেন্দ্ৰ দাস মই যোৰহাট ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰিং কলেজৰ পৰা ইঞ্জিনিয়াৰিং কৰা তাৰে আগতে মই মোৰ গোটেই এডুকেশ্যন মই যোৰহাটতে কৰা মই সদায় অসমীয়া স্কুলতে পঢ়িছিলোঁ পঢ়ি মেলি মই এতিয়া বেংগলোৰত থাকোঁ কোম্পানীটো গুৱাহাটী আৰু বেংগলোৰৰ পৰা একেলগে ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰিছিলোঁ আৰু তাৰ পৰা আজি মোৰ কোম্পানীতে 15খন চিট আমি কাম কৰি আছোঁ চ' মোৰ কামটো একেবাৰে চিম্পল চাবলৈ গ'লে আমি গাড়ী চাৰ্ভিছ কৰোঁ লাইক যেনেকৈ আপোনালোকে ফ্লিপকাৰ্ট বা এমেজন বা চুইগি খোৱা বস্তু অৰ্ডাৰ দিয়ে মানুহে ৱেবছাইটৰ পৰা মোক এশ টকা দি পেলাই মোক হেৰি কাৰণে অৰ্ডাৰ দিয়ে গাড়ী চাৰ্ভিছৰ কাৰণে অৰ্ডাৰ দিয়ে যিটো আমি বেলেগ বেলেগ উপায়েৰে কৰিছিলোঁ তাৰোপৰি মই বহুত কিছুমান কাম কৰোঁ যিটো মানে ইনভেষ্টৰ টাইম আই ৱিল এক্সপ্লেইন অন ডিটেইল অফ what I do but yes so we are a pan-India company আমি এটা সৰ্বভাৰতীয় পৰ্যায়ৰ কোম্পানী এতিয়া যদি চাবলৈ যায় ভলিউম বা ৰেভিনিউ হিচাপত আমি হয়তো 3 নম্বৰ মানত থাকিম ভাৰতবৰ্ষৰ ভিতৰত যোনে অনলাইন চাৰ্ভিছ এনেকুৱা প্ৰভাইড কৰে আৰু এই কোম্পানীটো আমি খুলিছিলোঁ বেংগলোৰ গুৱাহাটীৰ পৰা একেলগে চ' চাবলৈ গ'লে অতি সহজ বস্তু এটা এই যেনেকৈ আমি বিজনেছটো আৰম্ভ কৰিছিলোঁ কিন্তু ইয়াৰ আটাইতকৈ ডাঙৰ যোনটো চেলেঞ্জ আছিলে সেইটো আছিল কোম্পানীটো গ্ৰ' কৰা চ' আমি এটা চবেই ভাবোঁ অসমত চবেই কোম্পানী এটা খুলি পেলাই চবেই ভাবে যে আমাৰ গ্ৰ' কেনেকৈ কৰিম আমি আমাৰ প্ৰথম প্ৰব্লেমটো আহে যে আমাৰ পইচা নাই গ্ৰ' কৰিবলৈ সৰুকৈ চবে আৰম্ভ কৰে ডাঙৰ কৰিবলৈ ইয়াতে মই এটা কথা ক'ব খুজিছোঁ আমি কি জানি ওৱান অফ দা কোম্পানী লকডাউন হৈছিলে যেতিয়া ষ্টাৰ্টআপ বন্ধ হৈছিলে তেতিয়া আমাৰ অসম গভৰ্ণমেণ্টে ত' তাৰ পৰা আমি এটা ফাণ্ড পাইছিলোঁ তাৰপিছত নেক্সট ইয়াৰ পিছত আমাক আৰু এটা ৰাউণ্ড ফাণ্ড কৰিলে যদিও আমি বেলেগৰ পৰা ফাণ্ড পাইছিলোঁ নেক্সট ইয়াৰ আমাক কণ্টিনিউৱাছলি প্ৰত্যেকটো ৰাউণ্ডত সহায় কৰি আছিল চ' এই কথাখিনি মই এইকাৰণে ক'লোঁ যে আজি যদি কোনোবাই যদি এটা আইডিয়া লৈছে বা কামটো আৰম্ভ কৰিছে সেই আইডিয়াটো অসমত থাকি ডাঙৰ কৰাৰ যিটো প্ৰশ্ন সেই প্ৰশ্নটোৰ কাৰণে উত্তৰ এতিয়া আছে অসমতে আছে নেক্সট এটা বস্তু হ'ল অসম গভৰ্ণমেণ্টৰ ফাণ্ডটো হ'ল এই বস্তুবোৰে আমাক বহুত সহায় কৰিছিলে আৰু আই থিংক যদি প্ৰপাৰ আইডিয়া ৰাইট ছেটিং যদি মানুহে বনায় অসমত যিয়ে হওক লাগিলে কিবা এটা ছফ্টৱেৰ হওক কিবা এটা চাৰ্ভিচেছে হওক যদি অসমত এইটো ভালকে এটা লেভেললৈকে মানে ধৰি লওক আপুনি 10জন কাষ্টমাৰ বা 100জন কাষ্টমাৰ যদি লৈ যাব পাৰে যদি প্ৰমাণ কৰিব পাৰে যে আপোনাৰ বিজনেছ মডেলটো ভাল আপোনাৰ আইডিয়াটো সঁচাকে এটা পৰ্যায়লৈ লৈ যাব পাৰে তাৰ কাৰণে আপোনালোকৰ সেই সুবিধাটো অসমতে আছে চ' শুভঙ্কৰে যদি লাষ্ট টাইম যেতিয়া আমি কথা পাতিছিলোঁ যে বস্তু কেনেকৈ আগবাঢ়িব যেতিয়া কথা পাতিছিলোঁ আমি এইটো বস্তু লৈ কথা পাতিছোঁ যে অসমৰ ষ্টাৰ্টআপবোৰে কেনেকৈ আগবাঢ়িব পাৰে চ' এই গোটেই বস্তুটো মোৰ অভিজ্ঞতা মোৰ অসমত ষ্টাৰ্ট কৰাৰ যিটো অভিজ্ঞতা তাৰ পৰা যেনেকৈ ওলাই আহি পাৰিলোঁ আমি আই থিংক এইটো এটা ডাঙৰ সকলোৰে আজি ষ্টাৰ্টআপ কোনোবাই ডিগ্ৰী কৰিব খুজিছে কিবাও কৰিব খুজিছে এইটো সুবিধা তেওঁলোকে ল'ব পাৰে অকল some startup is the first point of contact to go around and connect to everyone. This is point number one. And point number two is idea wala যিটো team এটা বনাব সেইটো জায়গা দিম সো যিটো অসম জগতত এই আমাৰ বাহিৰ এখন নহয় আমি ভাবিব নালাগে কাৰণে আমি বস্তুটো বানাই ৰখি গ'ল আগবাঢ়ি গ'ল এইটো কমপ্লেইন আমি প্ৰায় কৰোঁ সো এইখিনি মোৰ কথা আছে এই বিষয়ে ক'বলৈ hello am I audible yes so now Now I'm shifting a little bit to English. I think I'm also talking too much in estimates here. So the point is that if you being from Northeast also, as I said, I'm started this company in Guwahati and then in Bangalore also. So we came out successfully and this coming out of Assam and making a pan-India company in 15 cities. The help I got from NRL and or NETFI or the Assam startup or government of Assam is immense. So this help is really available today. So if you have started something in Northeast, I don't think so. It will stop you to spread your wings and grow your company. And this opportunities can be leveraged sitting right there in Northeast anywhere you are present. So this is my experience and this is my journey that how I have gone forward. Now talk further. I mean, Pranjal Code are you present in this thing? Hello?
Yes, I'm there.
Yeah. With me and Pranjal, I discussed a very common discussion. I mean, our views are very much similar in this regard. So the basic question which people always ask that what we should do to expand our wings to Pan India. So I'm just passing it on to Pranjal because I'm traveling right now. So my thoughts, Pranjal, and my thoughts echo very much similar. So Pranjal, you can take up the other part which I wanted to communicate about
Sure.
how to make your company Pan India, being in Assam or Northeast. Yes.
Yeah.
Sure, go ahead.
So, a couple of things. We worked very extensively with Nidu and Automobile. Automobile was part of our first cohort, despite the fact that they had already started. And we saw how they, kind of moved on from there and expanded across the country. Now, a couple of things which made it happen for Nidu was that while he started off from Guwahati, but he always wanted to be a pan India player, and therefore he not only was keeping himself aware of the developments that were happening in the rest of the country, but was also creating a product which which would be easy to launch anywhere in the country, which would have customer base in any of the cities or towns that you would launch, and it would be easy to scale. So what he did was that he created a model, he created a product and a model to execute the product, and he deployed it in Assam and in from Guwahati, um, and created the product market fit for himself. And once the product market fit was done, and he got the feedback from the customers, which he incorporated and rather fine tuned the product and the way it is being served to the customer. It was easier for him to roll it out elsewhere. So he knew how to get the customers, how to onboard the service stations, how to train the service stations, how to connect the service stations with the spare parts vendor, etc., etc. So entire value chain, he knew because he had piloted it in Guwahati, which was easier for him. And in fact, that is the model that everyone should adopt. In fact, Northeast and Assam specifically being a very low cost region, you would get talent, you would get all other resource at a minimal cost than that would have costed you elsewhere if you were to launch. And thereby, you should try to uh, attain the product market fit here. And once that is done, for scalability, you should just move across the country, and and then you should also take into consideration things like the demographics, the population size, the earning capability of the town and cities to decide within that town and city where should you launch, right? So keeping those things in mind, you should go ahead, and while doing that, as you attain your product market fit, it becomes that much more easier for a startup to get subsequent rounds of funding, and that's what had happened with Nidu. Nidu's funding did not happen at one shot or overnight. It happened from time to time as he matured in his startup development journey. From time to time, based on the milestones that he had received, based on the milestones that he had achieved, he received the funding and the follow-on funding subsequently. In fact, because of what he's been able to do in Guwahati and been able to replicate it successfully in the rest of the country, NETFI came back and funded him two more times. So NETFI funded him thrice. So these are some of the things that you need to keep in mind. So think local, work global, right? So you need to create a product and uh, uh, which you can deploy locally, but at the same time the product should have the capability to be deployed nationally or internationally. That would be about automobile, because Mridu has already spoken. But I hope you have all of you are aware of automobile. If not, do check out their website and the app. Basically, what they do is that they make it easy for everyone who has a two wheeler to avail maintenance service for a
Four
sorry,
wheeler.
for four wheeler, for a
Maybe
four
four
wheeler.
wheeler.
Yeah, sorry, four wheeler.
Yeah.
So today, many a times what happens is that we go to a company service center, which could be a Maruti or Hyundai or Honda, and there could be delays because of booking. There could be, you may not, the cost would be high. But what Mridu's company does is that provides the same service with the same kind of certified mechanics using the same components sourced from the same vendor, which is the OEMs or original manufacturer, um, original equipment manufacturer. So at a substantially lower cost. For example, I get my car serviced by Mridu. Now I had my class discs. My class disc has gone bad and it had to be replaced. Now Hyundai was asking me about 32,000. Mridu did the same work at about 20,000 using the same genuine Hyundai parts and giving me the same kind of warranty and support that Hyundai would have given me. So that is the differentiation that automobile brings into the table. And you would be surprised to know that most of the BMW cars in Guwahati are serviced, or the high-end cars which do not have a dealership or a service center in Guwahati or in the Northeast are being serviced by automobile at this point in time. And did I miss out anything, Ritu?
Okay, thank you, Mr. Pranjal. I think the middle one also maybe some technical problem. So any more questions from anybody? I think the automobile is a very innovative concept which I think successfully being implemented in the country, and many more will be inspired by this. And today, participants from different parts of Assam and the country will be happy to know about this.
So just to add, Ola, Uber, Zoomcar, all of them are automobiles customer.
That's great. That's great. So, thank you very much. Yeah, any question? Any question? So now, we have another speaker, Professor Mohan Kumar Das, but because of some certain problems, he is not being able to join us till now. And I am taking this opportunity to highlight some of the innovations where our state council has helped the innovators. I have already mentioned about our initiative at the beginning of this presentation by Mr. Pranjal Kumar. So I'm just giving as a it is my responsibility also to let people know what our council is doing in creating an innovation ecosystem in the state. So number one, I'll just give you an example. One thing we have recently we have got a patent also the medicated skin patch to mitigate destructive pulmonary tuberculosis in 6 districts of Assam, Tinsukia, Dibrugarh, Baksar, Borpeta, Tarang and Kakamrung. and it's been developed by Mr. Shubham Banerjee from NIPAD using 3D printing technology. The fabricated prototype has been optimized for several in vitro and in vivo validation parameters and obtained results found very satisfactory. So an Indian patent has been granted on this project for the medicated skin cells used as method of making the arrow. So it is very encouraging achievement by Mr. Banerjee with the support and membership of ASTEC. Another achievement in recent times is the veterinary operated center. This is designed by two innovators in Guwahati, Mr. Bhaskar Chamua and Abhijit Chamua, under the scheme Innovation Technology Generation and Awareness for the farmers of the state. With a full charge battery, the machine can operate up to 4 hours, and within this time period, it can cover up to 3 to 4 bighas of paddy field with 4, 5, and 6 lines in one pass. The machine requires very less maintenance than if needed. The farmer can fix it himself in his home. So it will be available in the market at a much lower cost compared to branded machines. So what Mr. Pandal wants to say is that to have a startup, we have that problem, then solution, then there's a business model. I think this type of innovations have only components required for startups. Therefore, I am telling that we should be in touch with people like Pandal and organization to help these innovators. Another recent development is the wood geological dryer. There are many dryers, solar dryers, but here some innovative components is there. A wood geological dryer has been developed by Vigyan, which has recently got a patent from the Indian Patent Office. Now, he's an innovator from Kolkata that can dry fresh rice chili without intermittent handling during drying process. Lower drying time, easy to operate, very low electric load than the conventional electric dryer, higher capacity of holding fresh chili, low operational cost, easy to transport, can be used in remote region without any domestic power supply is available. So this is another solution for the Gujarat farmers. On the spot they can have the drying and make it marketable. Another solution to people with disability. People with disability in the lakes to drive a vehicle developed by Horalav Sarkar. Using the kit, a person can operate both the accelerator and brake pedal by one hand only. The kit can be connected to any vehicle with automatic transmission without damaging any parts. The kit fitted vehicle can be also driven by a normal person using his leg. And one person mentioned by has already been used by some people with disability with their legs, and they are driving their car up to Shillong in without any problem. So these are some of the estimates. Like another example is the new process developed by Usman Das. He got actually this process of 2 patents this year itself on bamboo reinforced concrete structure. An innovator to provide complete housing building solution, including RCC flooring for civil construction with substantial reduction of construction materials, where bamboo splits and whole count bamboo replace CGI asbestos, looking to reduce use of mainly timber supplying along the steel bars and concrete tube. 2 technologies have been originated out of innovation, namely concrete over bamboo splits and bamboo reinforced cement concreting. So both these innovations have got patented this year itself. So there are many other patents in pipeline. So how do we I have already mentioned that we need some kind of networking and mentoring to these innovators, how to develop this innovative model, because these are ready products and they need support so that they can give for the benefit and also benefit to the society, and with minimum cost, because these are all local product-based innovation, local product-based innovations, and very useful products. Already our director has already started encouraging this startup. We are having a lot of incubators. More space will be open because this incubation center is inaugurated. Now Guwahati IIT is providing full support. Now Guwahati IIT is providing full support. Any more questions to our resource persons? Any more questions to our resource persons? Because I think otherwise they have conclusion that is having some problem because you are in 5 in the morning. So problem because you are supposed to reach Guwahati by 12 o'clock. I think there may be some problem. I think there may be some problem. He is not being able to join. For which he is not being able to join. Any more question from the audience? Any more question from the audience? If there is no question, I request Viman Barua to offer the vote of thanks, and so that we will conclude this month's session. And in this answer, I just mentioned that today we have been joined by our counterparts from Karnataka State Council of Science and Technology, who is in fact actually the coordinating agency for this month's program. We have seen participants from Tamil Nadu State Council and Andhra Pradesh Council of Science and Technology, and many people from outside Assam. We were very happy that they have participated with us, and I think our colleagues from the Department of Science and Technology of India also are there. We are very happy for the participation. It is over to Mr. Viman Barua to offer the vote of thanks.
It is my privilege to propose vote of thanks and acknowledge the contribution of those who work hard really to make Vigyan Utsav successful. I, Sri Viman Barua, on behalf of Assam Science Technology and Environment Council and the entire council, first of all, I would like to extend my thanks to our director, Ms. Sanction Madam, for her welcome address. I would also thanks Dr. Pranjal Kumar for his Pranjal Kumar, Chief Operating Officer, Assam Startup, for his keynote address. I would also thank Sri Pranjal Barua, General Secretary, Mushroom Guwahati, for his speech. I would also thank Mr. Midhu Mohan Das, co-founder and senior executive officer of Automobile Private Limited, for his speech. And I will also thank all the members of the Assembly Council who participate in this event. I will also thank all the ASTEC facilitator, coordinator of Isowater Science Center, research scholar in this event. I will also thank all the faculties, research scholar for his participation. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Hope to see you next month again.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Actually, I'm on leave today. I'm in Haslo to meet my parents. Actually, I'm on. But my holiday half day is gone. Now I will lie. Now I have to go down to my mother.
Yeah, Haflong, lot of people are growing mushrooms.
Yeah. When my elder sister, she's a doctor. When she also does younger brother, only one doesn't do anything. So I will learn from them. I will learn. Yes.
My wife is very nice.
Yes.
My wife is very nice.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Kadirias.
Thank you very much once again. Thank you very much once again. To the conclusion of this I think this session will certainly help. Also all the participants to know what is happening in Startup India movement in Assam. We are really very new network, new connections generated after this session. Thank you once again, everyone once again.
Thank you.